The following segment is sponsored by Hollis, Wright & Clay, PC. Welcome back, everyone. Imagine, if you will, you're driving home from Thanksgiving dinner with family and friends. You're struck by another driver. After the police report is complete, you find yourself with more questions than answers. This morning, we're hoping to get some of those answers for you. Carter Clay, partner with Hollis, Wright & Clay, PC, joining me now. Thanks for stopping in this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We were just talking about this. A busy time of year. The moment October hits, it seems like it's full steam ahead, and there's a lot of fun that happens, a lot of traveling, a lot of potential for car accidents, for disaster. We know that they're pretty much inevitable, and especially with more people on the road. So in answer to that question, what do? You know, you complete the police report, you're still sitting there on the side of the road. What happens next?
Well, first of all, you need to make sure that you're safe and secure at the scene, because safety is always a top priority. If you're injured in any way, you need to make sure that you call 911. You want to make sure that an ambulance or paramedics come. Of course, you want the police to come as well. You want to check the occupants in your vehicle and the other individuals in the other car that were involved in the accident as well. And also, taking pictures is critically important in these types of situations. Everybody has a cell phone these days, so it's very easy to take photographs if you're able to do so. Talk to some of the witnesses at the scene, maybe get their contact information so that you can call them at a later date. We see so many times where witnesses will leave the scene and they don't wind up on the police report, and we can't locate them down the road. But those are just some of the things that people can do. Also, if you can move your car safely off to the side of the road, take pictures before you move the vehicle. And also, one of the things that I would advise people about is be careful about undeployed airbags. That's something that we see from time to time, where you get involved in an accident and the collision's pretty bad, but the airbags don't deploy. They can still deploy after the accident happens while you're moving the vehicle, especially if you've got a malfunctioning or faulty sensor or something like that. So that's something to watch out for.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yes, you may think you're in the clear and you don't want any extra surprises,
Right.
especially if you've just been involved in a wreck. So, of course, we talked about, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming up, a lot of holiday parties. There's going to be some more alcohol. There's going to be people having fun, which is fantastic. Do you all see an increase in alcohol-related accidents this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you've got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and they're all compressed in a pretty short period of time. And one of the unique things about the holidays is that sometimes it's the only time of year that certain people drink. And if you're, not that you should be drinking all year long, but for people that aren't experienced in consuming alcohol, that creates some dangerous or careless situations as well. So if you're having holiday parties, if you're corporate event, holiday parties, family and friends having parties where there's going to be alcohol served, just be extra vigilant. Talk about Uber and Lyfts in advance. I always advise law firms, corporations, businesses, if you're going to have a holiday party and you're going to be serving alcohol, make Uber and Lyft available to the employees. Maybe consider stopping serving alcohol on the back end of the party. Of course, you know, if you go to football games, NFL games, they stop serving alcohol at some point in the second half. That's not a bad idea over the holidays as well, to stop serving alcohol on the back end of those parties. Pay for the Uber and Lyfts for your employees if you're having a corporate event. Those are just some of the things I think that will be helpful.
I like that, creating a safe environment and trying to eliminate some of that potential, certainly. Now, if a driver is under the influence, gets into a wreck, how does that affect any potential cases moving forward?
Well, a couple of ways. Number one is that it might create an additional case. So, of course, you've got your case against the impaired driver, just a standard automobile accident case, but you may have a case against a bar or a restaurant or a corporation that was serving alcohol at that event. It's unlawful to overserve somebody under those types of circumstances. So it could create another avenue of recourse or recovery for the injured person, but also it creates another element of damage. Of course, you're entitled to make your claim for your compensation, compensatory damages for your injuries, but if somebody's driving under the influence, they may be subjected to what we call punitive damages under the law. No different than if you're punishing your child because they did something wrong and misbehaved. They may be punished as well for driving under the influence of alcohol. As a society, we want to deter people from doing that type of thing, and we want to deter others from doing that type of thing. So punitive damages can be allowed in those circumstances.
Good to know. Some good information heading into the holiday season where we know there's going to be a lot of fun, but also the opportunity for some accidents and for some unfortunate situations. So we always want to be careful. Carter, anything else to share before we go?
Well, I just want to let people know that we pride ourselves on being local lawyers helping local people. All of our attorneys and staff are right here in the Birmingham area. We are not a national law firm that has offices throughout the entire country. We pride ourselves on making ourselves available to our clients. If you want to come see us at our office, you can. We'll come see you if we need to.
Good to know, Carter. Great to have you in studio. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
My pleasure.